Hi, my name is Kelsey Nelson. I am in first grade, and I am in Patterson Elementary School. Last fall, when I lost my second tooth, I got another $5 from the tooth fairy. When I first lost my tooth, I was wiggling my tooth while I was playing computer.
Shortly after school started, there was an appeal from the first grade teachers to donate.
I wanted to give it to Mrs. Kalish, and she told me to take the Hall House and give it to Mrs. Lewis, so I took it and went to give it to Mrs. Lewis.
It's really great when we see children show empathy for one another by sharing and helping one another. And this was really a good, just a really good example of what we like to see kids do. That's that sort of overall piece that the school tries to instill in kids along with the academics.
I got a call from the principal about a couple days, 3 days later. And you never want to get a phone call from the principal, but surprisingly enough, this was for a positive thing, and it was about the $5, and she was just so appreciative, and she said she's sending Kelsey a thank you note. And then it gets better. It doesn't end there. We also get a thank you note from the superintendent, Mike Scott. And so for $5, we were just so amazed what an impact it's making. So we were just really, really pleased and proud.
And why did you want to give Mrs. Kalish your money?
So other children can have the materials to learn.
My name is Sophia, and I'm a third grader at Jackson Elementary School.
My name is Elizabeth Bay. I'm a third grader and I go at Jackson Elementary School.
Hi, I'm Gabby, and I'm a third grader at Jackson Elementary School.
And we are best friends.
The girls are really good friends. They've been friends for many years, and they all have their birthdays within about a week of each other.
And they decided not to do gifts this year, that they wanted to have people give to them and give back to the to an animal shelter and give to the school library. They wanted to know if that fit into our 3 new rules that I asked them to do, which were be respectful, be kind, and be responsible. And I said it absolutely does.
We asked our friends to either bring money or books to our birthday party instead of them bringing presents for us.
I think originally the idea was met with a little reluctance because that's not what they've done before, but then they started to embrace the idea and got excited about it.
And we raised $100 for the animal shelter.
And we got to go there and pet some cats. And look at some dogs too.
And we got a ton of the books for the library.
That was the first time it was done in that way. It's the first time that students got together, and especially their birthday money. And it was great. It was really neat because they chose books that the students were really interested in. And it was a great way to get some new books in with all the budget cuts and some favorites. And those books have been going in and out like hotcakes.
Whenever we brought the money to the animal shelter, we got to pet dogs and cats, and we got a certificate. And we also got like this sticker or magnet, I can't remember.
But we really didn't get to pet the dogs because they were a little wild or something.
Yeah,
we got to see them.
They were all like puppies-ish.
For them to get to go and present at the animal shelter, I think then they realized, oh, this is impacting people beyond just ourselves and just our friends.
So I know that they are already talking about next year something. So
Yeah, I'm proud of all the girls.
I'm proud of them too. they're good girls. They're nice girls, and I think that they've enjoyed growing up a little bit and doing something that is a little more adult.
Hi, we're the Brown Middle School leadership team.
They're hanging out paper flowers that we made, and then we're hanging them up on the doors here at Rosewood.
Retirement center.
Yeah. Retirement center.
I love to see the children as much as possible, but especially here, it's nice to see children because we're all old people, you know.
I love the flowers, and they're beautiful, and they make us feel so good. And that's what we need, is for the younger generation to come around to give us that little lift.
I think it's great that they get to see older kids, but still teenagers interacting and showing that we want to be involved in the community.
And we care about them.
Yeah.
So
It's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
yes.
Makes you happy.
They take off on these tangents they find out about, and now we're doing terracycling, and now we're doing flowers at Rosewood, and just kind of, they run with things all the time.
I'm continually amazed by the leadership students. You know, a lot of the ideas, a lot of the community things we do, all the spirit activities we do at Brown Middle School, a lot of those come straight out of the kids' mouths.
How we're helping out the elementary schools and helping out the retirement center. So it kind of deals a lot with that, and that's how we got the OASC award.
So this year our leadership class was awarded the Honor Council Award by the OASC, one of a small handful of schools around the state that got that award.
I think it's a neat opportunity because we get a lot of privileges and opportunities to learn things that a lot of other kids can't. I think we've learned a lot through it and had a lot of fun at the same time. So I agree.
Yeah. Definitely, we all definitely built character through leadership.
Yes.
We learned a lot through the years, just because from being so involved, it takes responsibility, like an extra level of responsibility, and we've just grown as people and as students.
It'll help us make better decisions like later in life by having these leadership skills.
I'm always amazed by how much effort they put into the program, and the things that come out of that are astounding.
Bye.
Hi there, my name's Blas Garfias, currently a senior at Hillsboro High School. I guess you can say I've had an interesting life, full of hardship and obstacles. I remember going with my grandma to the farms and picking berries, working in the fields. At an age of 10, I realized I had a severe allergy to bee stings. And what that forced me to do was to realize that this was not the life I wanted for myself or my family. So I implemented the principles of hard work, not only in my work, but also in school. Starting high school, I was responsible for buying my own clothes, buying my own supplies, paying for my bills, helping my mother out with some of her bills, and still have time for school, for sports, and for taking care of my sister.
Blas was one of the first peer tutors, and he went above and beyond what it means to be a peer tutor here at Hillsboro High School. He made a very strong connection with students both in the classroom and out in the hallway. He always went above and beyond to be there for students that were struggling as he struggled when he was younger.
I realized that when I earned good grades, I'd bring a test home and I would show my mom. It'd bring a smile to her face, and from then on I dedicated myself to excelling in school and doing my best, because I knew that was what was gonna get us out of this hardship.
Pero él, a pesar de todo, él siguió luchando. Él no es una persona que se conforma con poco. Él le gusta aspirar más adelante.
I've done my best at school. I've taken advanced classes. I've tutored. I've joined many groups, clubs, soccer. What was very helpful for me was the migrant programs at school. They helped me understand my culture, where we come from, the hardship we faced.
He is always willing to receive and accept new responsibilities, and I believe that this will help him to be successful in anything he decides to do. The thing that I admire the most about Blas is his respect and compassion for his mother and other adults.
I don't want to have any excuses that hold me back from what I want to be. I don't feel like there's an obstacle out there that's not achievable. My goal is to attend college, a 4-year, and graduate.
The 2010 Distinguished Youth is Matthew Ferguson of Liberty High School.
I'm Matt Ferguson. I'm 15. I'm a sophomore at Liberty High School. I play football and baseball at Liberty. I also am one of the board members on the 4-H board for Washington County Fair. I'm a sophomore class president.
My name is Jerry Ferguson. I'm Matt's dad.
And I'm Julie Ferguson, and I'm his mom. 2 years ago, we received word that I was diagnosed with a very aggressive form of breast cancer. It really rocked all of our worlds.
And once my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, everything changed. Our life was just flipped upside right down. It was a shock to everybody.
He went to a couple of the chemotherapy sessions, and one of the things he really focused in on was that there were people there that didn't have masses of people like I did going with them to chemo and helping to take care of them and support them.
One winter, my mom got a comfort bag it had all sorts of goodies in it, like a pillow and like a stuffed bear, Sudoku, little candies, socks, stuff like that. And when I sat in with her afterwards, the change in her feelings was just, it was so glum before, and when I sat in with her afterwards, she just had all this stuff to do. It looked like she felt so much more comfortable. So I thought it'd be cool if I could take what my mom got from my aunt and I could mass produce that and just give it to everybody so everybody could have just a little bit more comfort when they go through that hard time in their life.
It's gotten so overwhelmingly popular that he's got a lot of volunteers now involved in helping.
And Matt and I have talked a lot about how to get his classmates involved, and the first step that he's taken now is putting together a Race for the Cure team from Liberty and trying to involve more students from across the student body.
We signed up for a grant from Susan Komen, and we ended up getting a $2,000 grant from Susan Komen, and that's gone a long ways. And we get donations every single day.
It was a project that he did because he was passionate about it, not because he needed community service hours for my class or was earning any sort of badge or was earning any sort of honor at all. He was just doing it because it meant something to people.
We couldn't be prouder of Matt. He's exceeded all our expectations, and he just continues to do bigger and greater things. It's almost become routine with him.
It's hard to believe he's only 15, and we wonder, where will he be at 18? And so he can accomplish a lot, and we're very proud.
My name is Mikey Wangeman, and I'm a senior at Glencoe High School. I've been managing sports for 3 years now.
I'm Kathy Wangeman, and my son is Michael Wangeman. I just to share a little bit about Michael and his beginning. He was born prematurely and in a had a difficult pregnancy with Michael, which has brought about a learning disability for Michael. But those of you who know Michael know that he really does not necessarily have a disability. He is a very hard worker.
I'm also in a class called Greenhouse at Glencoe, working with plants and doing other things.
He is absolutely terrific. I don't know how I'm going to get along without him. He's been at every plant sale, and he's a great kid, and I'm going to really miss him.
His freshman year, he was he delivered plants to my classroom because of the greenhouse program that he was in. He was awesome, and we laughed every time he came in, and we joked around a little bit, and the relationship started there. He became my manager his sophomore year. Was awesome for us. Did everything that you'd want a manager to do.
Even though he was the manager, we try to include him in our daily practice as much as possible. Mikey's an inspiration because his work ethic is just really great. I mean, he works hard and it shows, and he has such a positive attitude, and it makes me want to work harder and also keep a positive attitude throughout each practice and game.
Before the game, I go take the water to the bench and all the equipment to the bench. During the game, if there's balls that go behind the goalie, then I go retrieve the balls.
I think he feels like he's part he's part of our team because we always embraced him with everything in practice. He'd always play with us in practice.
But then this year we were coming into the last game of the season and we got everything set up for him to be able to play without him knowing. All the paperwork was taken care of.
The experience of him being able to manage soccer this year and to have Coach Stevens come to me and tell me that he would like to have Michael dress down and possibly play in the game was a wonderful experience.
I'll never forget that day. I will never, ever forget that day in all of my sporting experiences. When I pulled out a jersey, number 6, out of my bag in the locker room and said, Mikey, you've been with us and I want to have you suit up tonight. Wasn't sure about what that was going to end up being, but I wanted him to suit up and warm up with the squad.
I was really surprised, and I was really happy with Coach Stevens because he let me go in the game.
The opportunity came up, and I really wanted to see him and give him the joy of being able to experience the field. Stepped on the field, crowd went crazy, our bench went crazy.
And then the last game when he came up and played and dressed down with the team, it was just so exciting because our whole team was excited to have him suit up. And then when he went in the last part of the game, our whole team was just supportive of him and we're just cheering him on. It was a great feeling to have to know he was out there enjoying himself.
When I got to see Michael and actually be able to play in the game, I couldn't hold the tears back. It was a very remarkable experience for him. And then afterwards, when the team rallied around him and lifted him up on their shoulders and handed him that trophy, I don't know, it's hard to express those words. Coming from a mother's perspective, that was a remarkable experience.